Whovians, hop in your TARDIS as you're listening to another episode of Doctor, huh?
Oh, wait.
What?
Why?
Huh? This bit gets harder every week. I just find...
Hey, why'd they make the hull out of fuel tanks? What?
Why can't you just shoot more gold into the ship?
Hey, why were they giving away their precious fuel as a prize?
What was the point of that?
Why this episode?
Why this episode, though?
I'm Sammy, a.k.a. Friarfuck.
I'm Jordan, a.k.a. Chef John. I don't know.
Jordan.
Yeah, this was a bad one. No way.
Jordan, I want to be the first to congratulate you here on this podcast. You were so inspired by this incredibly romantic episode that you went and got engaged.
I did get engaged because I saw how much...
You said, wow, once Robin accepted that he wasn't going to fuck Clara, he got back together with Maid Marian, that's so beautiful.
That's so beautiful. That's so romantic. And then the doctor fetched her like a pail of water. He just said, acquiring Maid Marian.
He dropped her off like an asshole putting an empty drink cup on the ground and driving off.
He just tossed her out the window at Robin Hood, Mr. Hood.
Hey, this episode is fucking stupid. This episode sucked.
This episode sucked and was stupid, but I liked it more. It's on the comparison scale of on a scale from is it good like Dr. Dances or is it bad like Once Upon Time? It's still stupid enough to keep my interest, and I wasn't groaning. I was groaning, but I wasn't.
Like a 2-axis sort of political
compass.
Is
it
is it bad to is it good versus is it boring to is it fun?
Is it bad to is it good? Is it boring? Is it fun? So this is bad and fun.
I think this is 50% boring, 50% fun.
Yeah.
It's not even that fun.
It wasn't a very fun episode,
but it is really stupid.
It is an exceptionally stupid episode.
That's the third axis, stupid to smart.
Yes,
and this episode is not even remotely smart.
Right. This is stupid, bad, and fun. But not that fun.
This is Series 8, Episode 3, Robot of Sherwood, written by Mark Gatiss, directed by Paul Murphy.
Get out of here, Mark.
Just to sort of center us, Thin Ice was Series 10. I think this is the first 12th Doctor season.
So you can tell that this is early on because Clarified Butter is that's what what's the lads all call her, all her friends. Clara was actually
married men.
Clara is actually a crossover. She was one of Matt Smith's companions, and the reason I remember this is because the last episode of Doctor Who that I ever watched before doing this podcast was a Clara episode, and I said, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
So I want to say, I didn't like her in this episode, but I also didn't feel like I got a really fair picture of her in this episode, because to me, she felt like a self-insert fanfic character. She does have the vibe.
When there was a line where she said to the doctor, be amazing or something, and I can imagine it on a gift set. She says that to
Robin Hood. This is literally the end of the episode, but the last 4 minutes of the episode are just characters trading lines where they're like, hey, be amazing. And then Robin Hood will be like, yeah, and stories are like history, but they fly further than the sun. And you're like, what is happening? What are you saying to each other?
I just don't even understand. I can imagine the fucking gift sets on Tumblr, the Tumblr gift sets where it's be amazing, you're flying closer to the sun or whatever. The part where they're having an arrow splitting contest was just fucking crazy.
I thought that was really good.
This
and
is
you'll find
maybe
in my notes that I said Jordan will like this.
This
scene.
Is maybe the second worst usage of the sonic screwdriver that we've seen on our podcast yet.
I assume the worst is opening up a
time hole somehow, clipping into a QPU. But
now it's a grenade launcher.
Now it can just make things explode, which is cool. And you know what? I don't know if this is a matter of companion or matter of just early writing. I didn't like Peter Capaldi in this one either, and I liked him a lot in the last one that we saw him in.
I just thought that everything in this episode was just shit. I thought every character was awful.
What is up with characters on Doctor Who being huge fans of weird things. Like, what was up with, like, Ryan's grandma being, like, world's biggest Rosa Parks fan, Rosa Parks fan club, not to say Rosa Parks wasn't, like, cool, but, like, Rosa Parks fan club, Rosa Parks t-shirt, and now we have
What was the thing in this?
Well, Clara's, like, this adult woman who's, like, stan Robin Hood fan cams on TikTok, like, she is the world's biggest Robin head, and I just don't believe in my heart that this would be a thing that, like, an adult British, like, young woman would be, like, freaking out over Robin Hood.
See, this is the thing, and I was like, I'm American.
Mm-hmm.
Not to brag.
Is this because we have, like, epic cool culture? We have, like, SpongeBob and Spider-Man?
I wasn't going to say it's because we have SpongeBob instead. The American Robin Hood, SpongeBob SquarePants. Just, I feel like I didn't grow up giving a fuck about Robin Hood. Like, I never watched any of the Robin Hood movies. I don't think I've even seen, like, the Disney animated one where he's, like, a fox or whatever.
Yeah, well, you're not a furry, so.
But, like, I don't know. I was like, am I missing something?
Is this outside of my political zeitgeist or my of the cultural zeitgeist where you're, like, freaking out over Robin Hood? Like, is there gonna be, like, this is like if Clara was like, I want to go to Canterbury and see all the Canterbury tales happen. Like, what?
Well, that sounds
okay. Well, hold on a second, though. That would be rad.
I've been a Canterbury
Stanterbury.
I've been a Stanterbury since I was about 3. And I can't really go anywhere with this joke because I don't really know anything.
This is literally like, abort. Hold on. This is kind of reminds me of in the great video game Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is a good video game that's also a bad video game.
I agree.
There's a part where you get to, like, see the real story behind Beowulf. Do you remember this?
Oh, okay. I haven't gotten to that.
There's, like, a Beowulf part, and this is kind of reminds you of that, where it's like, it's a story. We know it's a story. Everybody knows it's a story. The Doctor knows it's a story. And then we get to there, and it's like, whoa, it's Robin Hood!
I will say, this is something that really bothered me about this episode, and maybe this is because we're coming off fairly recently of the Satan Pit, where the Doctor is forced to reckon with the fact that as much as he thinks he's a logical man and everything that he knows, he had to admit that there are things that he takes on faith and that he believes things because they feel true to him.
No, Robin Hood!
And I couldn't comprehend what the fuck was up with the 12th Doctor being like, no, there's no way that Robin Hood was based on a real guy.
I mean, it is very funny that they were just like, not only was Robin Hood based on a real guy, but everything about Robin Hood that you read in the story is a real guy, and they're all real guys.
See, that's what was weird, is it's like, yeah, I guess I could see where he would be coming from that perspective, where, like, I can imagine if I was a time traveler and I went back in time and I met a man named, like, Robert Hood, and he was an outlaw and he was an archer and he was a nice guy, a thief with a heart of gold, I'd be like, oh, okay, so you're where
no, like, but he's got Merry Men and he's got Friar Tuck and
but yeah,
Little
the
John.
Merry Men and all that stuff is like, well, that's probably just embellishing.
And they're so annoying, Sam.
They are really annoying.
They're all annoying.
But you know what else? You know what else is annoying?
The Doctor.
It's not just that the Merry Men are annoying. It's that the Doctor is so annoying about how much he finds them annoying.
I know. He's literally spends the whole episode complaining about how annoying they are, and by doing that, he is himself being incredibly annoying.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, just shut up. Like, I can deal with them being obnoxious bros. But what I can't deal with is every time they're being obnoxious bros, the Doctor goes, oh, another day listening to these obnoxious bros.
He literally is like, I want to be killed so I don't need to hear you laugh anymore. Oh my god,
that does happen.
Fucking Mark Gatiss. I can't get, this is so him of writing this episode too. Like, it had his stink on it. It had the stink of Mark Gatiss on it.
I only know him as the great Tycho Nestoris, the man who Cersei Lannister asks if he likes her big map. So I'm a huge Markhead.
He's the man who said, I want to play Mycroft on Sherlock Holmes, and I want Mycroft to be, like, the smartest boy, and I want to be him epic.
I do remember him as Mycroft.
He was so epic.
The show very well, but... Okay, so, also, this is weird. I know that you hate when I bring this up, but this is, like, our 5th episode, like, our 10th, our millionth episode 3, and what's driving me crazy about it is we keep getting these episodes where the Doctor is, like, coming back from his first adventure with a particular companion and being like, that was great. Now where should we go? We keep fucking getting that. It's very strange.
And, yeah, he asks Clara where she wants to go, and she says, I want to go see my biggest favorite hero, Robin of Hood. Oh, did you like the part when he mentioned the Ice Warriors, like from the episode we were watching for Classic?
I was losing it. This is what's so beautiful about Doctor Who, is there's so much bullshit in orbit around it. So much bullshit soaked through it. So much lore and world building that is completely useless until it isn't. That we can watch any random episode from the old days, and we will come back to our main episode the next week, and it's like, hey, he mentioned the Ice Warriors. We just met the Ice Warriors.
What is up with it? We have, like, our podcast has been... It's because we say a prayer at the end of it every week that our podcast is blessed with fortune.
I've got some sad news for our friend Gigalithic, though. Yeah. Which is that the Doctor suggests, and they do not meet the tumescent arrows of the Half-Light.
That was disappointing. I wanted to meet the tumescent...
I wanted to see those tumescent arrows.
The tumescent arrows of the Half-Light, weren't they like... I mean, that sounds like a Dark Souls boss. That would be... Hold on a second. Wait a second. Imagine if the Doctor took his companion to fucking Lordran or the lands between. Now that would be epic, like an epic webcomic that someone could make.
That would be a really good webcomic. I can't wait to read it. Or an audio drama that we'll never listen to. So Clara is like, I know you're going to laugh, but I want to meet Robin Hood. And he's like, haha, you idiot. He licks a spoon. I don't know what was up with the spoon. Was he like eating ice cream or something?
He was eating ice cream. And he says, well, Robin Hood isn't real. And then he says,
but she's like, you said it's my choice. I want to meet Robin Hood.
And then he says, well, where is he? And when is he? And then he puts in a random date, and he knows that it's Sherwood Forest from the book. Did you like that? And then he says,
I mean, I think Sherwood Forest is a real place.
It is a real place. But he puts 1190-ish. He puts Sherwood Forest right in front of Robin Hood, 1190-ish. And he says,
and he's right.
He's right there.
They literally get out of the TARDIS, and Robin Hood, the Doctor's like, there's no Robin Hood. And then Robin Hood's like,
I'm Robin
Hood. Yeah, there is. I'm him.
Are you ready for zany hijinks? Oh my god.
They immediately hate each other. Robin calls him a bony rascal and says, like, I'm stealing your
magic box.
He says, I'm going to take that magic box of yours. And the Doctor says, it's my property. And Robin says, all property is theft.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, and then he laughs, and this is where it all starts, because the entire episode, the Doctor's going to be like, what is so funny?
It's like you're a merry man or something. Oh,
and then Clara runs out. It kills me that this is like, the second time, but it happens with a lot of the Doctors, that their companions will be like, I'm going to put on the period accurate clothes from the TARDIS closet. And the Doctor's like, I'm going to wear my suit.
I gotta say, I'm disappointed, because I feel like, I mean, last time we saw 12th Doctor in like a period clothes. But he's just wearing like a black suit and a black shirt, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's really concerned, which is whatever.
Well, not even that. I just think his outfit's kind of boring.
Yeah. Which is a real shame, because I was literally about to say, I think one of the best things about this episode is the costumes.
The costumes are pretty good.
They're very good. If there was anything that I found charming about this episode, I was like, that's a Robin Hood.
Yeah, maybe think of like a
green outfit. And
maybe think of like a classic movie or something, like a Robin Hood movie or something.
Well, speaking of classic movies,
this is classic.
They get stanced up on this like little log across a creek, and they go to duel, and he's like, take out your sword, you son of a bitch.
This is one for the Tumblers. This is one for 2011 Tumblr. Oh, they're gonna love this, Mark Gatiss
because
said.
The Doctor says, I don't need a sword, because I am the Doctor, and this, shing, is my spoon.
Waffles!
and then they start fighting.
Spoon sword fighting.
He explains why he's so good at dueling, which is he learned from Richard the Lionheart, Cyrano de Bergerac, and Errol Flynn in Jordan.
Uh-huh.
I think you'll find that Errol Flynn, why he played Robin Hood in the film.
Well, that is so fun. And also, he makes a joke about...
Color me joyful.
And here's a little bit of a raunchy joke the Doctor makes. He said, Errol Flynn had the most enormous... And then Clara comes out and he goes, ego!
Hey!
Woo!
Classic stock joke. Always funny. But Robin disarms the Doctor of his stupid spoon... And the Doctor, well, you make a note of this because this is going to come up later, folks. Can you tell that we hate this episode?
I really don't like this episode. I was literally thinking at the end, at least we get to roll a different one at the end of this week.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel kind of bad because I don't think it's like shit. I just think it sucked.
That's a very apt way to describe it. Like, I wasn't having fun watching it, but I was glad that I wasn't watching more Flux.
Yeah. So I feel like we're very angry, and I'd like to tone that down a little bit and get really happy.
Yay! It sucks!
So here's what happens, and make a note of this because this is going to come up later, folks.
Sound like
I love stuff like this.
You sound like Happy Ricky, and I don't like it.
Jordan, I love stuff like this.
So here's what happened.
Here's what happened, Jordan. I just love stuff like this. The Doctor, he holds his arms open and he's like, all right, come at me, bro. And then Robin lunges at him. And then the Doctor kind of does a little spin around and butt bump. And then Robin falls into the creek.
But then check this out. He comes back up behind and he pushes the Doctor into the creek. And then they laugh.
And this is what is so amazing about this episode, is that everyone's having a really good time.
Except for me.
And you can tell because they keep laughing.
Everyone's having a really good time in this episode, except for the people watching it.
And what we see next, because we go to this village where some scary knights are like kidnapping people and stealing all the money. There's a guy named Master Quail.
Is he from
Maybe that's a Robin Hood character.
And then he's like stealing people for labor, and he's stealing gold.
Quail's like, no, not my ward, who shall not be named, but it's definitely, obviously Marion.
Oh yeah, that's who that was. And then Quail, like, he's like, I will never bow to you, Sheriff of Nottingham. And then he spits in his face.
And why are you taking all my gold? Well, stay tuned, folks.
There is a fucking banger of a line, not to skip ahead, but there is a fucking banger, by which I mean clunker of a line, where one of the merry men is like, it is so bizarre. He takes the gold, but he leaves the rubies and gems behind. I wonder why this is. And it's just like, oof.
The Sheriff of Nottingham, by the way, played by Ben Miller from Things that Ben Miller is in.
Such as?
I liked the people who played the bad characters.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with the actors. I thought Robin Hood was sufficiently
I thought he
charming.
played a good Sheriff of Nottingham.
Sheriff of Nottingham was pretty good. The robots were very robotic.
Whoa, spoilers!
Sorry.
There's robots in the episode Robot of Nottingham?
I was really enjoying the merry men. Like, I wanted to see them do something.
I mean, I wanted to see them die.
I don't know about that. And they
were pretty fucking annoying.
They were pretty annoying, but like I was hoping to see them like do something.
Well, we're about to see them do nothing because Robin introduces them to the merry men. And I'll say the names for anyone who gives a fuck. There's Will Scarlet, Friar Tuck, Alan Adale, Little John, and Clara. Sorry, I read one too many lines.
There was, by the way, this is maybe the worst joke in the episode. I hated because they're going down the line. Here's Friar Tuck, and then Friar Tuck is like, "Hi, I'm Friar Tuck," and then someone says they call him Friar Tuck because he's always tucking into some snacks.
Which might be why they call him that. I don't know.
I think his name is probably just Tuck or Tucker or something.
Well, all right, let's go to Wikipedia.
Also, as they're all introducing themselves, the Doctor is literally like taking blood samples and hair and sniffing their shoes and stuff. None of those things are jokes. He did all of those things because he doesn't believe that any of them are real people. He thinks that they're in some kind of holodeck or bubble or what did you call it? Like a mini
A miniscope, which I don't know what it is, but I do know that that's an old Doctor Who reference.
He takes a blood sample from Alan Adale, who's a bard, and you can tell he's a bard because every time he shows up on screen,
and I sang the song. And then everyone's like, can you stop with the
but Alan Adale has like super tuberculosis and super disease.
I can't find why his name is Tuck. That's just
probably his name.
Maybe that was a very classic name at the time.
But yeah, the doctor's like, "Ooh, you've got so many diseases. You've got 6 months left to live. Goodbye."
So blah 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 blah. Robin, well, he first of all, he tells Clara these are dark days. King Richard is away on a crusade, and his awful brother, unlike him, who I'm sure is really cool and good.
When people go on crusades, they're usually really cool.
His awful brother, Prince John, I think they say, has appointed an evil goon of his as a sheriff. And then Robin's like, hey, why are we talking about any of this when we could be boning, Clara?
And then she says, why are you so sad? Because Clara is doing the thing that all time travelers should do, which is she knows too much, and she's making sure that he knows that she knows too much.
This is one of those moments that I'm talking about where I'm like, she feels like a self-insert fanfiction character. And I mean, in this case, she literally is self-inserting her into the story of Robin.
She's asking the doctor to self-insert her.
But she's like, Robin, you're so sad. I can tell because, well, you're laughing too much. But
is that why?
Does not reach your eyes. And he's like, well, my woes. And she keeps like finishing his thoughts for him. He's like, I'm Robert, Earl of Locksley. Yes, and I lost what was most dear to me, Maid Marian. And he's like, well, how do you know all of this stuff? And she's like,
thing we have in common.
This is stupid as fuck and completely pointless, and I don't know why it was in the episode, but the doctor's like, what time of year is it? And Robin's like, why, it's autumn, of course. And the doctor's like, awfully green for autumn, and this plot point will turn out to be completely useless.
It comes up.
Nothing to do with it.
No, it comes up. It comes up.
It comes up.
It comes up.
It comes up and is fucking irrelevant, and there's no point. Because I'll just skip ahead and reveal what it is.
Radiation from the robot ship is making
it the robot ship is like leaking stuff into the air that makes it summer. Like, why? That could not have been in the episode, and it would be the same fucking episode.
Speaking of things that fucking piss me off, be calling out hypocrisy, because everyone's going, ha ha ha, he hoo hoo hoo. Oh, because there's an archery contest, because Robin Hood wins an archery contest. We gotta see that. And the prize is a golden arrow, which you gotta see that. And then Clara says, oh, it's a trap. And they go, we know! And then the doctor is like, enough of this bantering. I hate banter. And it's
I hate bantering.
Who are you? Fuck you. You're always bantering. It's all you ever fucking do, Doctor.
So this is one of the things that kills me the most about this episode, because I did look into it. Robin Hood fans are screaming at their computers or whatever they're listening to this episode on. The Robin Hood and the Golden Arrow is one of the many Robin Hood stories. The Sheriff of Nottingham is holding an archery contest to draw out Robin Hood as a trap, because he knows that Robin Hood is an incredible archer and he knows he won't be able to resist the lure of the Golden Arrow. But Robin goes in disguise and he wins the whole thing. He takes the arrow and leaves, and he leaves a little note that was like, "It was me all along, Sheriff. Ha 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 ha." In this episode, so clearly the reason that this is in here is because it's like Robin Hood stans will know. And
they'll be
like,
so fucking pissed if they cut out the Golden Arrow, yeah.
But it's a double hitter. Is that a term?
Sure.
It's a double hitter.
It's one of those two-hit beats.
One of those two-hit bullshits of, one, the sheriff trying to capture Robin Hood. When we find out what the sheriff is up to, Robin Hood has absolutely fuck all to do with it, and there's no reason for him to care about capturing Robin Hood.
He also is trying to accumulate as much gold as possible.
That's
my
point
favorite
number 2.
Plot detail. Wait. My favorite plot detail is that he is precisely one golden arrow short of having enough gold to do the thing he's trying to do.
Yeah, like, he is like, oh boy, I need all this gold. Everything that I'm doing hinges on me getting enough gold. Also, for completely unrelated reasons, I'm going to give away a bunch of gold as a prize for an archery contest that there's no reason for me to hold it.
This is literally just there to satisfy the ravenous Robin Hood stans who would be
it's so pointless.
So we go to the archery contest and then...
But wait. I want to talk about a thing that Clara says here. Which I didn't understand at all. Which is, Clara is like, Doctor, why are you so cynical? And he's like, Clara, why are you so credulous? And she goes, don't you know? In a way, it's rather sweet. And I have no idea what that was supposed to mean.
I don't like Clara, and I don't like her relationship with the Doctor. Bring back Bill. And maybe Matt. And
well, Bill hasn't gotten here yet.
Matt Robot? Was he a robot? We never figured it out.
Who?
Matt
Lucas.
Matt Lucas robot. I can't remember. What was his name? Trunchul?
I think it's Nardole.
Nardle. I think it's Nardle. So we go to the archery contest, which the Sheriff of Nottingham and Tom the Tinker, which is Robin Hood.
That's probably from the store. Who cares?
They're the finalists. It's
just Robin Hood wearing a big hat, and the sheriff immediately is like, "Oh, it's Robin Hood."
And then they're the finalists.
This is also happening at a castle, which matters
for the golden arrow, which looks like shit. By the way, looks like trash. And their final times, the sheriff is Robin's like, "What if we move the target back even more?"
And the sheriff, well, he pushes the targets back, or he has the guys, the big men who are definitely not robots, do it. And then he gets a perfect bullseye. And
folks,
you're not going to believe
Robin
what
going to do. Has anyone seen Mythbusters?
Robin says, "Y'all seen Mythbusters?"
And he splits the arrow.
Folks, he splits that damn arrow.
And then,
this is nuts, because I swear to God, like, I was ready to accept, like, looking back on this, I mean, I was prepared to be like, oh, but he wasn't gonna actually give away the golden arrow. It was just bait for Robin. But no, they're like, all right, here's the golden arrow, and they're about to give it to him when, well, who should split Robin's arrow but the Doctor?
He's so epic when he does this. I gotta say, okay, you are in the audience, you're a medieval peasant, one Dorito could kill you. All you do all day is pray and farm and wait to die. You are at this archery contest. You see first a man get a bullseye. Pretty cool. That's pretty epic. Then you see Robin Hood split the arrow right down the middle. That is...
Everyone shits their pants.
That is the singular coolest thing that all these people will ever see in their 40 years of life that they have, and that's generous. Then the Doctor shows up. He splits the split arrow down the split.
Everyone's busting in their doublets.
Everybody's busting in their pantaloons. And then they keep going back and forth. Okay, so Robin Hood splits this. Robin Hood splits the arrow that split the arrow. Then the Doctor
banks an arrow off one of the knight's breastplates and splits Robin's arrow.
And then Robin Hood splits that arrow without even looking at it. So every one of these peasants is dead at this point. They've all died. And then the Doctor...
Yeah, they're just lying in a pool of various bodily fluids that they output as they watch.
And then, my dear listeners, the Doctor gets fed up, points his sonic screwdriver at the target, and it explodes, which is a thing it can do, apparently.
And well, Jordan, if you look in my notes, you'll see that I wrote, I bet Jordan will like that. Did I win my bet? Did you like it?
I was thinking back to my favorite episode so far, The Doctor Dances, where they were just stuck in a room and the Doctor's like, I'm pointing the sonic screwdriver at the bars to just try to, like, loosen them enough that I can pull.
But he put a grenade launcher on it over the last 1,200 years, okay?
What setting is explosion again?
1.
Oh, okay.
Primary, main.
And then
main
setting
use.
2 is open hole in time with weeping angels in it.
Well, it was Peter Capaldi was, like, out meditating on an asteroid or something, and he was like, I can't do his voice. That one time I was in that place and I wanted to get the bars off, but I just couldn't get them off with my screwdriver. I wish I had a grenade launcher.
Well, you know, when he was like out in the like 1100 years between being the 11th Doctor and being the 12th Doctor, you have a lot of time to make some mods. At this point, all the big scary knights turn into robots.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another epic. Clara is a fanfiction character where she grabs like a giant pike and goes, "I took after school taekwondo."
Okay, I was really confused about this. Lauren says, and this is, I guess, stuff that I shouldn't know. Lauren said that Clara is a teacher and that she probably said that she teaches after school taekwondo.
Well, she's holding a giant spear, and it's not doing anything very good for her. She is very much...
Which was so weird, by the way. It was like, why have her take it for like an epic feminism win moment? I assume that was what this was supposed to be, was like, hell yeah, Clara can kick butt too. Except that she doesn't, and nothing happens.
This is very much like, we're getting 2 degrees of fanfic character, because we had Lady Christina D'Souza, our favorite character, who's like fucking aristocrat, cat burglar, epic, the only woman who's the Doctor's equal, and he respects her, and she kisses him and then leaves, and everyone literally claps. And now we have Clara, who's like, I would say she's more like a manic pixie dream girl. Like, she's kind of random and silly, but she's also kind of epic and feminist and cool.
I'll just say, to be clear, like, I'm not against that happening. One of the greatest things I've ever seen was in Remembrance of the Daleks, when Ace starts beating the shit out of the Daleks with her baseball bat.
It was
the
coolest incredible shit anyone ever seen. Or when Leela just like, she just stood there and laughed at the Rutan as it died. But
I thought you were going to say when she let Adelaide get killed by the monster.
She did do that too, and it was really cool.
Look, we love a badass female companion.
Love badass ladies, but what I don't love is having
to patreon.com/pottingbros for $1 a month to hear us talk about them.
We don't like when Clara asks to go flirt with Robin Hood for a day.
Yeah, I think what bothers me about Clara and the way that she's being epic and badass is, number one, if we even got to see her fight, I would have been like, oh, hell yeah.
It's like a joke. It's like a silly funny joke.
It's the fact that she says, like, I will fight them, and then doesn't, combined with the fact that all she's doing this episode is impressing everyone at every turn.
She's impressing everyone with her knowledge.
It's too much. Yeah, it's just embarrassing.
I mean, she's literally like Doctor Who, or the Doctor and Robin Hood spend the entire episode doing anime lightning at each other, like Sasuke eye lightning at each other.
Another thing that I want to be clear about is I also hate it when the Doctor is this way. Like, I just want to make sure no one's listening to this and thinking like, oh, these two women haters. Like, I also find it incredibly cringe when everyone is talking about how epic the Doctor is. The Doctor is. That's also embarrassing.
In the first 5 seconds of this episode, the Doctor did an epic spoon fight. That was pretty
annoying.
We hated it. I just want there to be people. I just want there to be people doing things, and I want the companion to just be like a person like a normal person.
Yeah, like I don't mind the Doctor being like.
I mean, he's well traveled.
I like when he's weird. It's when he's supposed to be like way too cool.
He's not cool. He's a weird.
The good news is the Doctor is incredibly uncool in this episode.
He's so uncool. So speaking of
that's
uncool,
why it's a good episode.
The sheriff all the robots start attacking people. They do this thing where they have like the knight's helmet eye cross of light, and then they point it at you. Well,
this only happens once Robin slices off a knight's arm, and it's a robot arm, and then the helmet open, and it's a robot face, and it starts shooting like purple lasers out of its forehead. We hear a Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, I did notice that.
The fifth Wilhelm scream that I've seen in the last 2 things I've watched for a podcast.
And what were the other 4?
Well, they were all in the movie Fantastic Four.
4 is too many in a movie. 1 is pushing
3 of them were in the last, 20 minutes.
Oh my god. I just watched Return of the Jedi with friend of the show, Gigalithic and co.
That movie's not good.
There's a part where Ben Burt, the sound designer for Star Wars, shows up as a stormtrooper, and he dies, and he does his own Wilhelm scream, which I thought was pretty
that's
funny.
Fun.
I did like that.
That's probably the only good thing in that stupid fucking movie.
Anyway, the Doctor decides, because he's doing Brain Genius level 9000 IQ plays, where he's like, we will get captured because... Okay, so he says, like,
I've seen 2 episodes of Peter Capaldi, and he's done this in both episodes.
But here's my thought on this, and maybe this is just me. Maybe this is just because, like, I've been, watching House of the Dragon and reading Fire and Blood, like, reading all these George R. R. Martin books and stuff, but he's like, I want to get captured, so he tells me his plan. But we're in medieval times. You're gonna get fucking turbo tortured, my friend. You're gonna get the thumb screws.
He knows that it's a family show.
Right? He's like, they won't do it. Because also, they're not
gonna do anything that bad.
The funny thing that I was noticed is that after he's like, it's the quickest way to find out anyone's plans, cut to dungeon with people screaming in it and like hot metal and shit. I was like, is the doctor getting, stretched and Iron Maidened now?
Nope.
Is he in the Brazen Bowl?
Yes, we go to the scary dungeon full of crying prisoners doing forced labor.
Which involves hauling around big buckets of golden coins.
What could that be for? And Quayle's ward, who is obviously Marion, tries to help up this old man who collapsed, and one of the robot knights comes by. This was ridiculous because it walks up to her and she's like, a robot? I don't remember. She didn't say robot, but I was like... Wait, how long have you been working here and you didn't notice that all the guards are big robots? She's like, weird silver face man, or something like that. But it's like, this one's usefulness has expired, back away. And the man's like, no, please. And then he does get disintegrated.
He gets disintegrated real good. And it takes like a good 3 seconds for it to happen, too.
It's entirely off screen.
We now cut to the second most annoying scene in the episode, which is the Doctor, Clara, and Robin Hood all chained up in a cell, and they're arguing. Just the Doctor and Robin Hood just annoying at each other, being annoying, and the Doctor just complaining about how much he hates Robin Hood. And
the Robin Hood's like, I would have gotten out of this if it weren't for you. Well, I would have gotten out of this if it weren't for you.
Like, oh, somebody come.
Would you both give it a rest?
And then they're like, I wish they'd just kill us now so I can get over it. Also, I was like, where is the sonic screwdriver? And then only at the end of the scene is Clara like, well, maybe you could come up with a plan if your sonic screwdriver hadn't been taken away from you by Sheriff.
Fair enough, he used it to make something explode.
Yeah. Maybe
it's not like they wouldn't know he has it.
Yeah.
But that really pissed me off, though, because Clara has some sarcastic line where she's like, it's always about the screwdriver with you, and it's like, you're not allowed to point that out, Mark. You can't literally have him use it to blow something up, and then also in the same episode have a character be like,
you use that screwdriver forever.
What is it like doing everything?
I'm getting so fucking sick of the screwdriver, dude. Like, I hate it. I'm like anytime the Doctor uses it for anything besides a screwdriver or like,
we've never seen him use it as a screwdriver, not once.
Or like loosening the bars of a window. I'm just screaming and I'm angry. I'm unhappy.
Correction. Failing to loosen the bars of a window.
And I'm just like the fact that Clara calls attention to it. At this point, Clara...
This is the part where I think there was one little moment in this that I found the 12th Doctor like kind of funny, which is when he and Robin, their argument goes so far that they're at the point of arguing about who's gonna die first, and Robin's like, old man, I bet that I have a certain
genetic advantage.
And then Clara's like, oh, shut up. Why are you arguing about who's gonna die slower? And then the Doctor's like, okay, but you know it would be me, right? I thought that was kind of funny.
No, whatever.
I'm just asking questions, all right?
I'm just here to ask questions.
But then the guard comes in and he's like, I was sent to listen and learn who your true ringleader was. And Robin's like, haha, well, it sounds like you'll be interrogating me. And the Doctor's like, well, it sounds like you'll be interrogating me. No, me. But then, get this. A girl could be more mature than the boys?
What? What if Clara's
like,
a grown-up in the room?
I get it. You made the Doctor so uncharacteristically
He's never like this.
Just pathetic.
He's such a loser.
Just such a loser so that you can have this, like, Clara's actually sort of the mature one here when you think... I know! Why is he being so annoying?
We made the Doctor put on a diaper and suck a baba so that Clara could be the adult in the room. I mean, once again...
Yeah, I mean, I guess she is.
Once again, I don't have a problem with the Clara being a fucking adult. But why is the Doctor being compared... Like, why do you have to make it... by comparison to the Doctor being an uncharacteristically a petty little piece of shit?
Do you think that Mark Gatiss, like, wrote this episode as a Robin Hood Doctor Who crossover fanfic and then, like, pulled it out of a drawer because they were like, all right, Mark, where's your episode? Is the script written? And he's like, fuck. Oh, shit, I forgot I was supposed to be writing an episode.
My name is Ebony Markness Dementia Raven Gatiss, and I have long ebony hair that goes down to my...
I have long ebony hair that is red on the tips, and I have one blue eye and one black eye.
And I do taekwondo, but you'll never see me do it in this fanfic.
He's just crossing all this out and writing Clara from the show.
I mean, this is like, I don't remember how much of an active role Gatiss had on Sherlock, which is always my point of comparison when Doctor Who is capital L like capital T this. But I always think about fucking, what's her name? The opera singer. I can't think of her name at the top.
I don't remember if I have seen whatever episode that's from.
I can't remember her name, but there's this Sherlock.
If it's not in the first season, I don't know it, and if it's in the first season,
there's
I probably
this Sherlock
forgot
Holmes
it.
Story about Sherlock. He gets outsmarted by this lady who's just like a normal lady, but she just like tricks him and gets away. And in the Doctor Who version. In the Sherlock version, she's like a dominatrix, lesbian or bisexual dominatrix kung fu lady who does stunts. And also they change it so that Sherlock wins in the end. He has to save her. And I don't know, something about that.
Sorry, wait. Did you mean to say in like the book version?
In the book version, she's just
you said in the Doctor Who version. I was like, what the
in the
fuck
book
are
version,
you talking about?
in the book version, she's an opera singer, and in the Sherlock version, aka the Doctor Who version, she's like an epic bisexual dominatrix who's super cool, but also she doesn't win in the end; she loses, and Sherlock has to save her with a sword, by the way, from the Taliban.
I'm like 100%
or something.
sure I haven't seen that episode. That
but I don't
really
know why,
stupid.
but just like from the mind of the sickos who thought about doing an edgy Columbo remake where he's like a psychopath, comes this bullshit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing like slam poetry about how much I fucking hate everyone who touched the Sherlock Holmes TV show, including Mark Gatiss or Gatiss. I don't know how to say it. Nobody knows.
Oh, I've always said Gatiss, but I don't know if that's right.
He's a fucker.
This is where the Merry Men look at the golden arrow, which they just took it. Like I don't know when they got it. They just took it and left.
They're literally remarking about how they're going to get on saving Robin Hood tomorrow, and I just don't know why they're not doing it right now.
And this is the scene where they're like, it's the damnedest thing. He only takes the gold. Why is he using the gold? And then we cut to the dungeon. We see that the prisoners are dumping all the gold
like
into a big smelter,
board,
which pours it into like a circuit board mold thing.
Mm-hmm.
The sheriff is then interrogating Clara at his big dining table. He's looking at the screwdriver and he's like, "Are you from outer space? Just tell me if you're from outer space, please."
Yeah. And now we get to the most annoying scene in the episode. Here we are. The Robin Hood is like, here's the plan. You are old and I want you to pretend. He basically says, I want you to have tummy troubles.
And then the doctor's like, no, you should be the one to pretend to be sick. No, you should be the one to pretend to be sick.
Oh my god. And then it's so fucking funny because the doctor's like, you are a baby, you suck. And then Robin Hood's like, fine. Ah, jeez. Oh no, my belly. I'm Johnny Sasaki. You've got a shit. And then the guard comes in. Oh, what's all this then? And then Robin Hood's, the doctor's like, oh, you can't kill him because don't you know about the reward? The reward from the prince? There's a secret message. And then he walks over to Robin Hood at head level, and Robin Hood headbutts him, and then...
I've probably said this on every podcast I've ever done. I cannot stand watching people headbutt each other in media.
And then...
Like, Robin Hood headbutts the guard so bad that the guard just immediately gets knocked unconscious.
But wait, this is so epic. And then the doctor and Robin Hood are trying to get the key that falls. They're like trying to grab it with their legs, and it falls in a big hole.
Because they're fighting over it. They both push it into the hole.
Funny.
Oops. I do want to say two things. One thing that's positive and one thing that's negative. I don't remember what the positive thing is, but I hope I do remember it.
Positive thing is that we're like 30 minutes into the episode. We only got like 15 minutes left to talk about.
The negative thing is the part where earlier when Clara was in the dungeon with them, there was this like disagreement where she's like, you idiots, there's no guard out there. And then there is. So I don't know what the point of that was.
That was really strange.
I did want to say, oh yeah, I remember. There was another moment that I have to admit that I did like it. I'm sorry. It's true.
Should apologize for it.
Because it's as Robin is like moaning and groaning, and the doctor is trying to convince the guard. Because the thing that he says to the guard is like, he's really sick and there's a huge bounty on his head, so you should probably make sure he's all right. But the doctor goes like, oh, and now he's soiled himself. And once they knock out the guard, Robin is like, come on, I soiled myself? And the doctor says like, oh, you did? Wow, talk about a method actor or something like that. I thought that was funny.
No,
it made me laugh.
I didn't like it.
Sorry.
You're too easy to please.
You know, here's another thing I liked. Oh my god, I loved this episode. I liked once they knock the keys into the hole and the doctor's like, thank God Clara wasn't here to see that. I thought that was funny.
Whatever.
I thought it was funny.
Whatever.
And the sheriff is the second person in this episode, the first one being Robin Hood, to like get all up in Clara's face and be like, so are we gonna like fuck or what?
He's like, a king needs a consort. Ooh.
Yes, because this is where she epic baits him into revealing his plan, because she now knows that he's got robots and he knows that there's spaceships, so she pretends to have the same experience that he did. She's like, so you must have also seen the lights in the sky. You must have also met those mechanical men. And he's like, I have the same that. And she's like, tell me your story, you great man with a big dick. And he's like, well, a spaceship showed up, as you know. And she's like, yes, I know. And he's like, and the mechanical men. And she's like, yes. They gave me their secrets, and I'm going to conquer all of England and then the world with their help. And she's like, Now you tell me your story. Guess what, Binch? I was lying.
Here's my thought. Okay, I'm sorry. Once again, sometimes I worry about the things I say getting a little bit Germain Cinemansons, but like, this is an evil man. This is a very evil man. This is a murderer, and like he's horrible. Shouldn't he like kill her?
Well, this is the thing, and this is another one of those moments where she just feels like an epic self-insert fanfic character. When she just straight up tells him, I was lying, I just wanted to loosen your tongue by pretending that I already knew about it. He's just like, wow, very clever, you beautiful, sexy lady. You'll make a great consort when I'm the king.
And he's like, this whole time, he's like stabbing his big knife into the table and being scary and intimidating. But then the second she's like, I epic tricked you, he goes, a very intelligent woman. Very
he goes in
cool.
for a kiss after finding out that she lied to him and tricked him into
He's
telling
super
her
into
his
it.
plan.
He's rock hard. He loves it.
And then she like pushes him back and she's like, if you do that again, I'll make you regret it. And I'm like, Clara, I don't know you as a character, but you have no power in this situation. You are being held hostage by big robot knights with swords and lasers, and he also has a knife.
He's like a nobleman. He's like a sheriff, an authority figure in a position of power in a time where women had absolutely no power over anything in their life.
But she knows that she's the main character of the story, so she's like, I don't have to be careful with what I say. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah, she's too self-aware that she's in her own Robin Hood fan fiction.
It's honestly very annoying. It just makes everything feel like completely pointless. It's like, why
there are too many moments.
Should I find this villain intimidating if the character, the powerless character who is being held hostage, is just like, you're not gonna kill me.
Also, on a
and he's
more
like, you're right, I won't.
On a more metatextual level of a big gripe I have with this episode, the whole thing is the doctor's like, this can't be real, scanning everything and sniffing people's sandals. I can't stress enough that he did sniff a guy's sandal. This can't be real. This is like a hologram. Then the rest of the story does play out like it's fake, like it's a phony, like theme park ride. Like the part when, there's no stakes to anything. They just lift the big chain brick out of the ground. Funny,
Okay, that was driving me nuts. Is that the Doctor and Robin Hood, they knock the key to their restraints into a hole, and it's like, well, shit, now what? And the answer is, well, the thing that they're chained to...
Just take it out.
They're not, chained up to the walls of the dungeon. It's not, built into the floor or anything. It's just a big rock.
The sheriff isn't dangerous. The robots are not dangerous, really.
I mean, the way that they defeat the robots
is such a fucking joke. There are two fucking swashbuckling, cut the rope elevator moments back to back. It's all so, if it was leaning into that, if it was trying to be like a funny, pastiche or it's supposed to be like a kitschy, movie of Robin Hood, I wouldn't mind so much. But it
genuinely would have been better if it was revealed in the end
to be a big,
this was like a reenactment society or something.
I would have loved that.
Although that wouldn't really make a ton of sense with the robots.
Well, if it was like you're at storybook, the Doctor. Oh, the Doctor is sorry, Robin Hood's not real, but I thought we could give you the next best thing. I took you to Storybook Park, where you get to reenact your favorite stories with these robots.
Yes, that would have been amazing, though.
That would have actually kind of ruled.
No, but listen. If the Doctor didn't know, because we know that the TARDIS doesn't just do what you tell it. If he was like, okay, Nottingham Forest,
the Doctor's kind of doing
Forest, rather,
the Doctor's trying
1190-ish, and then the TARDIS, unknown to them, takes them to the year 4000
to Storybook Park,
the Robin Hood theme park, where, get this, there's robot knights, because over the millennia, the story has morphed and shifted, and now they think that there were robots.
Oh my god, I love it.
That would have been good.
I would have loved that. And then everything that's stupid about this episode, at least by the end of it, just kind of becomes silly and fun. But it was doing all this stupid shit, and also the whole episode, the Doctor's like, this can't be real. But it is real. And the
Doctor's like, this can't really be the episode. This is way too fucking stupid.
And then he's like, wait, it is real. Anyway.
Wait, it really is this stupid.
They get out in the dumbest way possible. They go, okay, we need to go find a blacksmith. The
blacksmith's forge, which they find off screen, and it's just, okay, great.
And then they just come upon the alien spaceship door.
But before that happens...
Oh, right.
When the Doctor's like, we have to find the forge, and Robin's like, oh, to remove our chains? And the Doctor says...
Oh, so funny.
No, so I can knock up an ornamental plant stand. And Robin's like...
That's a good one. And then he's like, stop laughing at my jokes. Shut up.
Stop laughing. I hate when you laugh.
Shut up. I wish, I don't know. We've seen Capaldi be a great Doctor.
Oh yeah, we really liked him
in that episode.
But I will say, I was skimming reviews of this episode. It was pretty polarizing. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people hated it. And the people who hated it were like, what happened to the Peter Capaldi from the last couple episodes?
I've said it before, so much of the show, everything on this show is completely dependent on the writers. in such a major way, because they have never, ever, I mean, maybe somewhere in the classic era, but they've never cast a bad person to play the Doctor in the entire time the show's been on. Like, they're all good. The companions, for the most part, are pretty good. It's just like...
I feel like I've liked all the companions.
Did they give them a shitty, terrible script that sucks, or did they give them something fun to work with? And that's where the magic is. It's just like, did the writers do a good job this week? No?
No!
Damn it! This one sucks.
Yeah, so the Doctor and Robin, who get their chains off screen, they find like a sci-fi hallway in the castle, and they go inside.
What the hell was this about? Was this is this like a callback to like something else that happened to Capaldi in the previous 2 episodes with the Promised Land?
Oh, yeah, because what we find out is that the whole castle is actually a spaceship in disguise.
Pretty cool.
It's from the 29th century, he says. They're like in the bridge of this spaceship. And yeah, he pulls up on the console to see where the course was set for, and he was like, they were trying to get to the Promised Land, and he says, huh, the Promised Land again. Like the half-faced man, but more sophisticated, which that could be a callback to the previous episode. It could be a callback to the 5th episode of the entirety of Doctor Who.
It's always
impossible to know.
And the lady with the eye patch, what was up with her?
And this is where he starts to put it all together, he thinks, where he's like, aha, the engine is broken, it's leaking shit into the air that creates, quote, an atmosphere of staggering benevolence. He says, it's too sunny and green for the time of year that you say it is. There's an evil sheriff oppressing the locals, but nobody seems to be, like, in turmoil. I understand now. In order to make the people work for the evil sheriff, they needed a hero, a folk hero, and he pulls up on the databanks of the ship every myth and legend of human history, including Robin Hood, and he says, I've got it. You, Robin, are a part of this whole act, just like the sheriff. You are the person that they added to the simulation to keep the peasants docile. And Robin says, no.
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 What?
No. No.
No.
Wrong. I'm a guy. I'm just a dude.
And yeah, the Doctor is wrong. That's complete nonsense. It makes absolutely no fucking sense, but he will hold on to it for basically the entire rest of the episode.
I love later when he tells this to the sheriff of Nottingham, and the sheriff is like, huh? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Why would I make a guy who makes my job harder?
Yeah, and it's like, Doctor, that doesn't make any sense.
Why
are you so opposed to the idea that Robin Hood was based on a real person?
I wish, honestly, do you know what would have made this episode better is if they didn't even acknowledge it. If it was just like, yeah, King Arthur's real, Hood is real, Jesus was real, like, whatever, who cares?
Well, I mean, I don't think there's many people who think that Jesus wasn't real.
Checkmate. Checkmate, liberals.
Okay. But, well, this is something that's interesting, because I was looking this up before I watched the episode, because I was like, what is the consensus on a historical Robin Hood? And the messy thing with that is that the idea that there was a man named Robin Hood is like, yes, there was. Like, Robert was one of the most common names in England. Robin was an incredibly common nickname for Robert. Hood could be all kinds of names. Like, he could have been Wood, it could have been Hood, he could have been just a guy who was known for wearing a hood. There's so many reasons that we could have a legend of a man named Robin Hood. And it's like, there's literally records. There's like arrest records from the 13th century that still exist on paper that are like, threw old Robin Hood out of town today. And it's like, it's impossible to know if that person is the source of the legends or if it's just a coincidence, because there's so many records of people with names that are basically Robin Hood that it's pretty much meaningless, and it's a useless waste of time to wonder whether or not Robin Hood actually existed.
So just pretend that he did.
Shut up.
Pretend that he did, writers. Whatever. What are they going to do? Yeah, write letters to be like, it wasn't real.
Yeah, I just don't understand why he isn't like, oh, okay.
Oh, he's real.
Oh, he's real. Or like, the fucking TARDIS has a thing where you could look and see like, oh yeah, it's 1190. I'm talking to Robin Hood. Okay.
I don't get it. I don't get this episode.
I just don't know why he's so convinced that it can't be possible.
Anyways, the Sheriff of Nottingham is trying to collect lots of gold so he can repair the big robot ship who are looking for a thing called the Promised Land or something.
And also, he wanted to give away some of the precious gold as a prize for an unrelated archery contest.
Just enough of it that the ship won't work.
It's okay. The robots don't understand anything. The
robots
this is
are
what
not.
I was like.
This is the other thing. The robots are not intelligent. They're not like Daleks or Cybermen.
Who is their leader?
Apparently, the Sheriff of Nottingham
made some deal with him. The robots never act like characters.
They just go like, "You are no longer useful to us, peasant," and then they blow.
I will kill you now.
Thank you, our great leader, the Sheriff of Nottingham, will be reign supreme.
It's very, very confusing.
This is a bad episode.
Strange. It doesn't work at all.
Bad episode.
And so, yeah, the doctor... Oh, Clara is also here. And the doctor is like, drop the act, Sheriff. I know what's going on here. But then the robots start shooting. They blast a hole in the wall. Robin grabs Clara and jumps out. She inexplicably just goes completely unconscious for no reason.
She hit her head on the water.
I mean, that can happen.
Yeah.
But we see him carrying her out of the water and taking her away to safety. Or is he? Maybe he's an evil robot. And the doctor says, I know your plan. You're trying to get all the gold to make circuits to fix the ship. And that's the only thing he's right about in the entire episode.
Is this one the... Oh, no, there's one other thing. He says the sheriff is like, oh, once I fix the circuits, I'm going to fly the ship to London and take over all of England. And then the doctor, what are the robots? How do the robots feel about that? Weren't they trying to go somewhere?
Well, here's my understanding. My understanding is that they are like, if you help us fix our ship, we will make you the king of the world before we leave to go to the Promised Land. That's what I think their deal is. I'm just guessing because they never say anything. They have any intent or will of their own.
Are they just mindless machines that ended up on Earth? Anyways,
I don't know, but so this is why I'm so sure that the arrow contest makes no fucking sense, because he literally is like, I just need enough gold to get the ship going. But I did want to offer some of it up as a prize. The doctor also says the engine is too damaged. Even if you get enough gold to get the ship to take off, the ship will explode. And if you fly it over to London, you're going to blow up half of England.
That's a big explosion.
This is also something to put in your mind and just think about, which is the gold is needed to repair the circuitry, because circuit boards, this is a true fact, they use gold. I don't really know enough about circuit boards to say what they use it for, but they use gold. Maybe it's as a conductor or something. I don't fucking know.
It's for the
someone knows.
It's just because it's pretty cool.
But what they're not using it for is nitro.
No.
They're not using it as a booster to make their ship go really far and fast.
Well, it's not going to go very far and fast without the gold.
Right, but only because it literally doesn't work until they fix the circuitry. That's what they need the gold for.
It'll make it go faster.
Just keep that in mind, that there's no reason that the gold would make the ship go really fast and far.
The doctor is chained up next to Maid Marian in the dungeon as they're carrying a very, very big comedy gold circuit up to the ship.
Uh-huh.
And these doctors
he's yelling at the robots. He's like, it won't work, don't do it. Meanwhile, Clara wakes up on the ground and Robin is like, the time for games is over. Tell me everything. Which she does off screen, so we don't have to hear it. The doctor, meanwhile, is talking to this random woman that he doesn't know who she is, and he's just like, the sheriff's gonna make a big golden circuit board to make the ship take off.
I'm from the 11th, I'm from the 12th century. I understand everything you're saying.
And then he reveals that he has picked the lock on his restraints. His hands are free, and he says, we need to start a riot.
Okay, so hold on a second. Hold the fucking phone. Why can he do that? Why can he do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't he do that before?
What? Yeah, so
why couldn't he do that before, but he can do it now?
Well, in the dungeon, they used the joke restraints.
They were made of rubber.
Yeah.
But these are made of locks.
He does reveal his lockpicking in a comedy way when the robot comes over and is like, I am going to unlock you for labor. And the doctor's like, I'm already free. And then, I've never been locked up in a dungeon, so I can't say whether this is accurate, but I don't think that most dungeons usually have highly polished silver trays scattered all over the floor.
You gotta make sure the prisoners stay happy. And nothing keeps morale up.
You gotta make sure the prisoners stay happy, and there's nothing that prisoners love more
than eating off of fine
polished silver trays all over the floor.
Well, here's the thing. A disintegration beam powerful enough to turn a man to ash is also, if you just bounce it off, it makes the robot explode.
So the doctor grabs the highly polished silver tray off the floor, and he deflects the laser and blows the robot's head off.
This scene is so fucking dumb, where all of the prisoners are just like, trays at the ready!
Yeah, it feels like... Have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
It does feel like a scene out of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
It feels like the fucking prison ship scene from the first season, where Katara's like, guys, you are earthbenders. You're surrounded by rocks and coal. Why don't you just use it to fight the bad guys? And they're like, no, we can't. But then the doctor shows up and he's like, why don't you pick up those trays and use them to deflect the lasers? And there's literally a scene where dozens of robot knights walk in and they're like, we're going to kill you for that. And then all the prisoners in unison pick up their highly polished silver trays that they've apparently just been collecting on the floor of the dungeon.
Very good. And my favorite part, a little throwback or maybe a little throw forward, a little nod to the Battle of Ranskor, where they all surround the last robot and he shoots in it.
Oh yeah, sorry. You say they surround the last robot. They kill every robot. They
kill all the robots. It wasn't an issue, apparently. And then they surround the last, maybe just to dunk on him, I guess, just to really embarrass him. They surround him and the laser just bounces off.
He doesn't know to duck. He doesn't know to duck.
If they ducked, they'd all died. But it bounces off 1,000 times and then kills him. And of course, I think it's the doctor's highly polished silver tray that kills him too. So you get an extra epic point.
And then Marion kisses him on the cheek and says, thanks for saving us. And he's like, nice meeting you, by the way. Who the fuck are you? Anyway, let's move on. Meanwhile, the sheriff, he's watching all of this. I love this, that he's just like at his like heavy wooden dining table. And then there's just like
it's
a hologram screen.
I love that. I want one of those. That'd be so cool.
I like that.
He's got a Microsoft Surface.
This is so fucking dumb though, because it's like a dumbass like comedy moment where he's like, he sees the riot and all the robots being blown up and he's like, damn it. And he punches one of the robot knights on the armor and he's like, ow, my hand. Why didn't he just fucking punch the table?
It's gotta be funny.
He turns, or he goes out of his way to hurt his hand on the metal. It's so stupid. I'm glad this guy dies. Mm-hmm. And boy does he. Speaking of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
A crown for a king, am I right?
He's got to come down
to the doctor.
But then before he can show up, Robin Hood is back with Clara, by the way. Didn't know why she's here, but okay.
Well, we don't see them just yet.
She has taekwondo abilities.
We don't see them just yet because first, the sheriff confronts him, and get this, because he's like, you're not going to accomplish anything by revolting. And the doctor goes, you're the revolting one. Ugh, I can't believe I just bantered.
Waka waka! I hate this episode.
The only thing more annoying than Doctor Who Sherlock-style quirking
is him complaining about...
and then going, did I just...
Oh my god.
And he's like, you're gonna destroy the entire country if you try to use that ship. The sheriff says, no, we're not.
You're one arrow short of all the gold you'll need.
No. You misunderstand the plot.
You're one arrow short of enough gold to reach escape velocity.
They need the gold to take off at all.
Mm.
He's saying if you take off, the engine will explode. No amount of gold is going to repair the broken engine. I don't know why the robots don't care about that.
Because the robots because they're letting the 12th century sheriff fix their advanced alien spaceship.
I think that the engine will explode. No, it won't.
Okay,
sir.
You're the boss.
You know better.
We are basically just an army of traveling slaves for you.
We are a basic slave race.
Did they just...
We are running Ood OS.
Did they just show up on Earth, find the first guy they met, and they were just like, yes, you are our master. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, Robin Hood is here. He does the classic slide down a big banner.
Well, first the doctor has to go, give back Clara. I know that Robin is one of you robots. And the sheriff's like,
huh?
What the fuck? How would that make any sense?
That?
And the doctor's like,
you're right.
Oh.
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, right. That was really stupid.
Why did I say that?
And then he's like, but Robin Hood can't be real. He's a legend. And then Robin bursts in and says,
fuck yeah, you said it. You said it.
You said it, not me.
And then he does
we get that?
Hey, got him. And then he says, I'm incontinent or I soiled myself, but you said I'm a legend. And then he does he puts his dagger in a big banner and slides down the banner.
Soiling himself all the way.
Pissing himself all the way down. And then the sheriff turns off all the robots for reasons.
Yes, he just... I don't know why the robots were like, we will use the sheriff for our own purposes. Now, for the final part of our plan, giving him the remote control that shuts us all down.
It's like in an ornate necklace around his neck.
For when we betray him, we want him to have a fighting chance.
It's only fair. He is our god.
And yeah, he powers the robot down. He's like, Robin, let's have our final duel. Robin's quipping at him. At some point, they end up standing on a wooden beam above the gold smelter, which... Personally, if I was Robin Hood, I don't know which one of them went up onto it
first.
If I was the sheriff, I would just be like, I'm not gonna
do that. No.
Come back down. I'm not gonna go up there and fight you.
Why because he cuts the rope, but he flings himself up. Why did he call himself half man, half engine?
That was very confusing.
I could not tell if the sheriff of Nottingham was a robot.
Wait, so the sheriff is a robot?
Is he a robot? Why does he know what an engine is?
I don't know. Maybe they made him into a robot man. That as part of the deal. I don't know, because we never see him be a robot in any way.
Anyways,
before or after this,
Robin Hood recreates the Doctor's iconic move from the beginning of the episode, and then the sheriff falls into a big vat of gold.
Yes, and I like that the grisly final shot as they leave. Of his hands, covered in solid gold, trying to climb out of the...
Very,
really
very,
horrible.
very Game of Thrones.
Very Game of Thrones. They go somewhere. They're just...
outside.
They're a mile away from the castle.
And the castle starts launching up into the sky. And there's
the
not
doctor
enough gold.
Is like, Friar Tuck, you're here. Give me the golden arrow that you brought.
There's not enough gold to make it out to outer space. There's not enough gold in the circuit board. There's not enough gold inside the circuitry of the ship, so we need to...
If we shoot the hull, the outer hull of this spacecraft, it will fuel the ship so good that it will fly fast and free and explode in space safely.
If we add the velocity of a single arrow to the ship...
is that it? You think that
I don't.
It also would have worked if it was like a Green Arrow comedy boxing glove arrow. They just needed the impact to kick him into space.
Because they shoot it sideways to the side of the ship. But somehow, listen.
Literally, when the arrow, and I did think it was kind of a nice touch that the hull has sort of a circular pattern in the metal that kind of makes it look like a bullseye. I did like that.
I didn't like it.
But again, I liked the sets, I liked the costumes, I liked everything about this except for the writing, which is most of it.
That's it.
But when they shoot it with the arrow, you literally see inside the ship, the robots are like flying the ship, and one of the robots is like, oh no, power surge detected. It's like they picked up like a boost power up in a racing game.
Well,
they picked up a fucking mushroom, and now the ship, because an arrow hit the hull.
Side of it.
What is the hull made of their fuel tanks, and the gold is their fuel? I thought it was for the circuits.
The gold
Why
is
did this
their
work?
fuel. In our world, gold equals fuel.
Also, gold is fucking heavy. You're not gonna convince me that they were able to fire a golden arrow at a spaceship in the sky.
Now we're getting a little cinema sinsy. Just kidding.
Here's one more for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would necessarily want a spaceship to explode above me in the sky.
Well, they're making sure it gets to space before it explodes.
I guess it really, really made it up into space.
So they have to make a 1 in a million arrow shot to save the day, but Robin Hood got cut on the arm during the duel, so he can't do it. And the doctor is like, I can't do it. I was cheating. I was
using homing arrows
that I made off screen.
I crafted them in the menu while I was paused.
And then number one fanfic character of the week, Clara, is really about to try to do it she says, I'll try archery for the first time in my life.
Is this supposed to be like a character trait though? Because she does, like, this is kind of like the Taekwondo thing. She like gets a weapon and is like, I'll do it, and then nothing, and then doesn't.
Is she just the most overconfident person in the universe? Like, does she just think that she can do these things? Anyway.
Which is very impressive for a Doctor Who companion to be paired with the Doctor and be like, I'm more epic than you.
That is kind of her deal, huh?
In this episode, I really truly want to believe that I will like Clara in other episodes, but she is not good in this episode, every other character.
The solution to this problem is that this is Catherine Parkinson on Taskmaster, isn't it? With if only my feet were my hands, or whatever she said.
This is so weird though, because they like lie on the ground and like Robin holds the bow with his feet.
And then they all help him aim and draw the bow back.
Surely he's the one who needs to aim, and they need to be the ones who hold the bow.
Surely the hard part is the draw force of the bow.
He has the eye. He just can't use his arms. But no, he uses his feet, Midoriya style. And Alan Adale, or whatever his name is, once the ship explodes.
They do it.
Because it does. He starts playing. And then the guy and then everyone's like, stop it with the loop music, will you?
And then the doctor says, you're going to be dead in 6 months.
Thank God.
Haha.
So later, after everything is all good now, Robin is teaching Clara archery. He tells her, this is where the lines start. And he's like, the doctor's a lucky man. And she's like, well, Marion's a lucky woman, so never give up on her. And she kisses him on the cheek and says, be safe, Robin. But no matter what, always be amazing.
I see, you see, and it's 100 Tumblr gift set.
And she like gets in the TARDIS, and Robin goes up to the doctor, and he's like, so I don't know if we mentioned that Robin like sees all the depictions of himself on the alien ship, and he's like, what the so fuck? Robin's like, is it true? Will I really become a legend in the future and be forgotten as a real man? And the doctor's like, yes, it's true. And Robin goes, well, history is a burden. Stories can make us fly. And I'm like, can you fucking shut up?
Put that on a Tumblr GIF, please.
And then Robin says, Doctor, is it really so hard to believe that one man, born into wealth and privilege, can find the oppression of the weak so difficult to bear that one night he steals a TARDIS? Oh shit, Robin Hood's a Time Lord? Pog, 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 pog.
So, Clara told him about everything.
But
it.
I thought he
was
How fucking... If that was what was happening...
Stop. Shut the fuck up. Doctor Who Wiki. In the comic Voyager,
oh boy,
the banished Time Lord Astrolabus tells the Sixth Doctor that Robin Hood had been one of his past identities, as well as Zorro.
Are you fucking kidding me?
There's no way that they knew this when they wrote the episode, but it is a
absolutely not.
It is a lovely little addition that according to the non-existent canon of Doctor Who, this is a Time Lord, and you were right about him being a Time Lord.
That would be kind of sick, though.
It would be kind of fucking cool if this was a Time Lord, but
not necessarily Robin Hood in this awful episode, but if the Doctor, like, met a Time Lord in disguise, and that was, like, a last-minute reveal that was another Time Lord, and it's like, oh, I wanted my people, but I couldn't, and I don't know. That could be something.
I feel like there's probably other time. The Doctor's very adamant that he is the last Time Lord, but I bet there's like a couple others doing the exact same shit that he does. And
we know the Master still exists. Yeah. I know that the Master still exists.
The Master's just evil. The Master's just like
in a pillar somewhere.
He's in a pillar hanging out.
He's a pillar of the Time Lord community, to be sure. And then the Doctor says, I'm no hero, and Robin says, neither am I. But if we pretend to be, perhaps others will be heroes in our name.
The fuck?
Perhaps we shall both be And I'm like, can you just get in the TARDIS and leave and stop saying lines?
Can you please press the button that makes the episode end?
They finally say goodbye, and Clara is like, in the TARDIS, she's like, admit it, you grew to like Robin. And he's like, well, I'm leaving him a little gift, aren't I? And you might be wondering, hey, what happened to Marion? Well, it turns out that she was standing behind the TARDIS for this whole conversation. The TARDIS leaves, and it dissolves from the space,
leaving Marion behind it.
And Marion is just standing there, and Robin's not looking. He's like looking at his locket. He's like, man, I didn't get to fuck Clara. And I didn't get to fuck Marion either. I was really hoping I'd be able to fuck Clara. If not her, at least Marion! You didn't hear anything that that I was just saying, did you?
Funny, haha.
Why was she in this episode?
Because she's in the Robin Hood stories. It's important.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And they hug and reunite, and she's like, Robin! And he's like, yay! And then he goes, thank you, Doctor! And he fires an arrow into the sky, hitting another spaceship and sending that one into orbit as well.
What happens? Wait, sorry. What happens when you fire an arrow up? What happens after that? Does it just keep going?
He did kill Little John.
Yeah. Does it ever come back down?
Not when you're this good of an archer.
Did he
actually killed someone on another planet?
It hits us
thousands of years later.
Escape velocity, and it just keeps flying through space.
Thousands of years later, that arrow kills someone.
In a later episode, it's going right through the Master's neck.
We're gonna be watching part 3 of the Seeds of Death.
It's gonna be it's gonna be in flux. It's gonna be
Fushim on the moon is gonna get hit in the head with the arrow that Robin
the Ravagers of Time. What are their names? Azure and Masher. You'll never defeat us, Doctor.
Thanks, Robin.
Well, that just happened. Woo!
Next time on Doctor Who.
Yeah. What was
They didn't give me the next time on.
Yeah,
did you get it?
No, they don't do them always. I don't feel like.
But they literally put the next time on text on the screen and then just didn't show it.
Yeah, bullshit.
Next week's episode is called Listen. I saw one promotional image of it. It looks like they're trying to do Blink again.
Oh my god, Blink with ears. But it's like you just gotta put.
It's called Unplug. Or no, Plug, I guess it would be if it was Blink.
Once again, Blink is a great episode. I wish it never was made. I wish it didn't exist. I wish they had never made Blink. I wish there were no weeping angels.
Anyway, we're not watching that next week. I mean, I guess we might.
Here, put the screen share on. I want to see what we're...
C- for the record. D+. Let's be real. D+.
Yeah, D+.
This episode fucking sucks.
This is trash. Though, I feel like D+ is... No, I gave Once Upon Time a D-, I think. So we're still outside of that trash pit.
All right, I'm sharing my screen.
We gotta have full transparency.
We usually do this on the Patreon because there's more steps to the randomizer, but that's fine.
I just want full transparency.
All right. We will be watching. Oh, stop with the high numbers. 292. This may very well be Flux. No, it can't be because Flux is 295 A, B, C, D, E, F, I think. 292.
It's gonna be Jodie again.
It's definitely Jodie.
Why is it always Jodie? Give me that. Have we had 2 episodes?
Series 12, episode 6.
This one looks bad. That sounds like a bad episode.
Well, it's 2 episodes after Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. That's fun.
Okay, it's gonna have Graham in it at least.
How are the reviews?
71%.
Average rating of 6.3. A step back from the previous installment, a mystery box that doesn't add up to much, but still fun enough. Return to basics.
What is Return to Basics?
I'm glad that we're finally getting a Return to Basics.
Returning to form. Why is it always? How many episodes of Matt Smith have we gotten?
Three.
Three?
It was Beast Below, Rebel Flesh, and Flesh and Stone.
Flesh and Stone. Man, I miss Matt. Give me Matt.
Can I random again?
No.
No, I know. I know I can't, but I wish that I could. Here, I'm gonna take a fake randomizer
just to see what we could have gotten.
Yeah, just for funsies. 278. It's another high number.
Jody or another.
Oh, the Ghost Monument. Wait, that's the name of an episode.
What?
When the doctor was like, "I have a monument of ghosts."
Oh yeah,
that's the name of an episode. Apparently,
it's the episode before Rosa. Oh my
anyway,
God.
We're not watching the Ghost Monument. I'm just role playing a type of life where I get to watch different episodes. 252A, what would that one be?
What would we watch? Hey,
in a world where we get to watch Dark Water.
I feel like if we get all of the high numbers out of the way, maybe we'll have later episodes of Doctor Hub will just be all the good ones. We just get all the crisps Chibnall era.
Hey, that's true though. Every shitty episode we watch, eventually we're gonna have seen every 13th Doctor episode, and then it's just gonna be all Tennant and Eccleston.
Oh fuck! the statistics are so low for us getting Eccleston.
It's the opposite of how our podcasts usually go. We usually are like, oh, this show's pretty stupid, but it's kind of fun, and then by the end we're like, I really wish that I was actually literally dead.
I mean, I would rather watch 100 episodes of Doctor Who than watch like 10 episodes of The Secret Life of the American Teenager, so...
I would rather watch all of Flux in one sitting than any of Kyle XY Season 3.
Yeah, honestly, Kyle XY, like, any Cassie bullshit was just... Ugh.
I think there was one good episode in that season, but I don't remember what it was, so I'm probably making it up.
It was the one where Lauren was crying in the car while Ricky and Amy kissed.
No, that was Secret Life of the American Teenager, Jordan.
Oh.
You're mixing them up because they're both on ABC Family.
They were. Now called
and because Amy Juergens didn't have a belly button.
She didn't have... Where did it go? She didn't have a birthing canal. She did have a belly button.
That's right. She was very worried. Listen to Jurgen. Listen to Kyle XY.
Don't listen to Jurgen. Don't listen to Jurgen.
Listen to Jurgen.
Listen to Kyle XY. Don't listen to Jurgen.
Jurgen, it holds up.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does.
Go do our Patreon stuff so I can go back to playing Like a Dragon Ishin.
It sounds like you just snapped open the Yakuza, the Like a Dragon Ishin steel case.
I just threw a bottle of water on the floor.
Why?
I don't know.
Why, while recording,
I don't know.
Throw a water bottle on the floor?
I'm tired.
Open too. That was an interesting.
No, it's not open. Can we give our Patreon stuff?
Yeah, Jordan, we're on patreon.com/poddingbros, where $1 a month gets you all of our bonus content, whether it's Secret Life content, Kyle XY content, or currently Doctor Who content. We have done our first episode with Patrick Troughton, second Doctor.
We didn't get a sense of Patrick Troughton.
Pretzel is
Pretzel.
his name.
We didn't get a sense
I forgot that we established that he is a mononymous actor named Pretzel.
He looks like Mo. Hey Mo, what are you doing? And
he talks to himself and calls himself Mo.
He talks to himself like Curly, and he says, "Hey Mo, what am I doing?"
Hopefully, he gets to be in parts 3 and 4 of the season.
He's got a friend named Jamie, who's a Scottish kilted himbo,
and then Zoe, who I think is like a super genius rocket scientist from the future.
And
maybe
this is a sci-fi premise, which is maybe the most irresponsible sci-fi system ever.
I forgot what it was about.
It's about the world is connected by shipping and transportation that is teleported through the moon, and the moon is run by 3 guys, and if anything happens to those 3 guys, people can't get their medicine and everyone dies. So
there's more layers to why it's such a terrible system, but if you want to hear about that, you're going to have to go to patreon.com/poddingbros.
I forgot they destroyed all the rockets.
No, we're not giving it away for free.
Oh man, sorry.
If you want to know why Travel Matt is the dumbest thing that's ever happened in all of human history.
Just $1 a month. Think about
just $1 a month to listen to our episode Space Madness.
$12 a year. $12 a year. You spent $15 on a small Starbucks beverage at Starbucks
every day. And you're telling us that you're not going to listen to our bonus episode on Space Madness?
$1. I just want people to hear it. Like Like, I just want people to hear our
Oh yeah,
funny
I mean, one of these days, I'm definitely going to intentionally give myself salmonella to take a week off and post that episode in the main feed for sure. But until then, you're going to have to pay us $1 a month.
$1. It's worth it.
And you are going to listen to that episode every month. It also gets you a mildly special Discord role marking you as lightly coated in slime. $5 gets you a pretty special Discord role marking you as entirely covered in slime. We haven't seen that made more sense early on. We got a lot of Doctor Who slime very early on, and there's been no slime to speak of since then.
Yeah.
I might have to recalibrate.
We'll have to recalibrate our names later.
But anyway, that gets you a shout out to the podcast, and you can send us a message that we'll read in any of our funny voices. $10 gets you all that, plus an incredibly special Discord role marking you as a companion to the show entirely made of slime.
For $5 you can be a companion to the show. For $10 you can be a Lady Christina D'Souza of the show, because that makes you the coolest person ever.
Honorary D'Souza.
Honorary D'Souza.
We got it, Jordan. I'll change it after we're done recording.
God.
Mary D'Souza.
Mary D'Souza. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I should have said that on that episode.
Who are our patrons?
The Mary D'Souza role also lets you listen to the podcast live while we record it. Thank you to our $10 and $5 subscribers. Oops, I don't have the list in front of me, but I will now. Cassidy, Destry Hawk, H. Cabe, Dan Big Challenge Silva, JCH Roy, Stephanie B, Stephanie Karen, and Tasty Sea Sponge. Thank you all so very much.
Thank you.
We have a message this week. I'm really sad that it's for you because I would love to read it.
Let's see. Three for free.
This is a request from Dan.
Where are we posting it?
Just gonna message it to you.
Thank you. What? I can't do this voice very well, but I'll certainly try it if you want to have a go at it.
Sure.
So hungry.
This is Steppenwolf voice, by the way, from the podcast that I wasn't on.
So hungry. Need to find my wife and head to P.F. Chang's. So hungry. Need to find my wife and head to P.F. Chang's.
Eventually we'll have to put Donald Duck voice on, but only for Sam. You got worse since the last time we had it.
I wasn't expecting to do it.
Just sprung it on you. So hungry, need to find.
Do you not know this tweet?
So hungry. Oh my god!
It's like the LA Chargers Twitter account or something.
LA Chargers tweet. Oh my god! Why did it do that?
It's a really old tweet. I think the general assumption is that it's a tweet from before that account was used as a brand account.
That's amazing. From 2007.
Because that's the thing with like a lot of old Twitter accounts is that they would be like, oh, the social media guy, if you don't use your Twitter account, you can just change the handle to I was going to say Dodge Chargers, to LA Chargers.
Wow. So hungry, need to head to PF, find my wife and
Is
head
the
to
Dodge
PF
Charger the most LA sports team car that exists when you think about it?
Pretty true.
Wow.
Wow.
Fuck. I just got chills.
Sam, we're
on Twitter at Potting Bros.
Oh, yeah,
We're on
yeah.
co-host at cohost.com/Dr. Huh?
And Tumblr.
I'm on co-host at Positive Stress.
And Tumblr. We're on Tumblr. We have to be on Tumblr because it's a Doctor Who podcast.
That's true.
Find us on Tumblr at drwho.tumblr.com. You can find me on Tumblr at punishbreakfast.tumblr.com. Twitter's still hanging on, but you never know. You never know when
I do forget to post on it sometimes.
Me
now.
too.
Sorry.
Yeah, when one of these days Elon's going to be like, you got to have Twitter Blue or you can't post on the website anymore, and then that'll be when I'm done posting on Twitter.
Hey, if you're still on Twitter, I'm loving co-host. Come to co-host.
Yeah, or Tumblr. Tumblr's fun too. It's a funny place.
It was very formative for me, which is why it's the worst place in the world.
You could
we're on Noise Space.
Yeah, we do other shows. I do Kamurocho Radio, which is about Yakuza.
Too bad there's no new games coming out.
No new games.
Wait a minute.
What? It's not a new game. It's an old game that they remade.
Okay.
It's true. It was for the PS3, Sam.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, it only came in Japan. Only in Japan.
They brought it to the West for us, for me.
Japan.
Sam, what is your other silly show that you do?
I'm on 0 to 0, where we are currently we have finished our first 2 movies of the alternating Blade and Fantastic Four sandwich that we've made. We finished Blade, we finished Fantastic Four, which means next week we're starting Blade 2.
Jesus
and
Christ, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And then the week after that, we're starting Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Do you have enough movies that you're going to get to watch the newest Fantastic Four movie that was very good?
Yes, we will be watching Blade Trinity as we watch Fant Four Stick.
Fant Four Stick. Excellent. Well, that's it for this week, Sam. I think our listeners need some spiritual absolution. Do you think you could perhaps lead us all in a prayer?
May Robin Hood shoot you in the head with an arrow, killing you instantly.
No. Real prayer, Sam. Do not blaspheme on our podcast.
Never. May your life flow like a river. May your days smell sweet as a rose. May your nights be calm and still as a pond. That one just really got me. That's really stupid.
All things really stupid.
Good thing I didn't write it. May you be as lucky as an ace in a game of blackjack.
Harkness.
And may the doctor light your path through time. May Dan the man smile nicely upon you.
And may Graham drive a bus of enlightenment.
May Bill bowl a hole-in-one.
And may Graham drive the bus of enlightenment and pick you up and take you to Nirvana.
And may we please, for the love of God, get a Matt Smith episode.
Can we please see Matt, but get a good Matt one, not a bad Matt one, because he's been in plenty of bad ones too.
I'll honestly take a bad Matt Smith episode. I miss him, Jordan.
I miss him. He's quirky.
Bye.
Bye.